An instinct is a part of the behavior of an organism. It is inherited, innate, not learned. So that means when they're born, they have it inside of them. They just naturally know to do something. It's instinctive. It's an instinct. Here are some examples. The octopus just knows that he can spray ink. It's not something anyone has to teach him. He can just do it. The dog knows to shake water off of him. Nobody teaches him that. The mom bird knows to feed her young. Nobody has to teach her how to feed her kids. And the mom cat knows how to pick up the baby cat with her mouth. Those are all instincts. Okay? So, again, an instinct is a behavior that all animals of a species are born with. Okay, now let's talk about learned behavior. A learned behavior is a behavior that animals of a species are taught to do. So someone does teach them what to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch this video now.
Hunting skills also combine instincts and learning. Almost as soon as fox pups can walk, they pounce on and tussle with anything resembling prey. The pups show an instinct to hunt. Few of these early hunting efforts produce food, yet over time, through trial and error, the fox pup learns what works to catch mice. The urge for a fox to hunt is instinctive, but the knowledge of how and where to catch mice most effectively is learned. Some animals learn surprising behavior. Brown bears eat salmon that migrate up rivers for spawning. Different bears get their salmon in different ways. Some simply wait for salmon to die and pick them up from along the shore. Other bears run down live salmon in shallow water. Some bears even learn to dive completely underwater to get fish. Still others wait for salmon to jump at waterfalls and catch them in midair. Few bears catch fish by all methods. Most specialize in one or two ways, which get passed on through a family like a tradition. The young bears learn from their mother, and then in turn teach their young. But bears do not have to hunt like their mother. A bear may learn a new way it likes better. Every bear, over time, learns what ways suit it best. With instinctive behavior, an animal is compelled or forced to behave in a certain way. Brown bears eat fish. With learned behavior, the animal can be flexible. Bears may catch fish any way they want.
Okay, so you see that animals can have instinctive and also learned behaviors, and that they help them in different ways. Let's go back to our presentation. Oops, press it again. Let's take a closer look at instinct and learned behavior in this presentation. Okay, so instinct versus learned behavior. What is an instinct? Some animals are born with natural behaviors that they need in order to survive in their environments. These are instincts. Here are some examples. A spider making a web, a beaver building a dam, the migration of butterflies, a baby crying, that's instinctive. No one teaches them how to cry, they just know how to. A bird building a nest, and a squirrel in its home building its nest. So all of these things are examples of instinct examples. These are things that these animals and also the human are born knowing how to do. Here's a closer look at that spider web, the beaver dam, the baby crying, the bird building its nest, squirrel, and the migration of butterflies. Okay, so what is a learned behavior? A learned behavior is any behavior that is taught to help an animal survive. An animal is not born with this behavior. Here are some examples. A mother bear teaching its children how to hunt, right? That's learned behavior, learning how to hunt. Okay, learning how to read is a learned behavior. Learning how to fly. You can see here the mother bird pushing the baby bird out to teach it how to fly. That's a learned behavior. They don't know how to do that. They have to be taught. Riding a bicycle. You might remember your own time learning how to ride a bike. You have to be taught how to do it. Learning to walk is something you're also taught how to do. And also learning to speak. Language is not inherent to us. We have to learn from other people who are speaking what the sounds mean. So speaking is a learned behavior as well. Okay, so that was the presentation on instinct versus learned behavior. Now your job, is that really it? Yep, that's it. Okay, your job is now to sort these out. Okay, I'm going to get out of present mode so I can show you. You need to tell me, is it a learned behavior or an instinct? Okay, so you're going to get the picture and drag it to the section that it should go in, okay? None of these ones are trick ones. Every one of these has a place. Go ahead and give that a try now. Tell me, is it a learned or instinct behavior, okay? Go ahead.